Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory be to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Racha Kodash. And I want to say double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone of the world. And shalom to the hopeful elect. Listening to this word, in the hopes that we may edify. And also teaching this word in the hopes that we may edify and feed the lambs of Yahweh Shai. Especially in these last days. And, I just wanted to touch on this this video here, just a quick video. As you see, and there's many platforms that are speaking about this situation that's happening in Haiti at the moment, and how they're in a state of emergency after you got, I think it's up to 4,000 criminals that have been released from prison. And Haiti, is, it's a country that's no stranger to chaos or things that just go haywire. But it's progressing. It's getting even worse to the point where you got straight up gang leaders going into these prisons and they're just freeing these high profile prisoners. And they're running rampant on the streets. They're setting things on fire. Women are getting raped. And this is all, leading towards, or what they're doing it for is because they want, I'm talking about these gang leaders. I think the head of the gang, his name is called Barbecue. But the point is, they're doing this because they want to have their political leader step down. I think his name's Ariel, and they want him to step down, but he ain't stepping down. And it got me to thinking. It got me to thinking about 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, and the first verse, which I'm gonna read. All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, and I'm not gonna make this video too long. I just want to touch on a couple of points. It says, 2nd Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measured at a time diligently in itself. So we have to be diligent in how we measure these times. Sometimes, damn near it seems like nearly every day. You get home. This, my routine. Sometimes I just be getting home from work. Just hours, man. You just be scrolling through things and seeing what's going on in the world, and you can't help. But witness, the signs, pointing towards the end of this man's kingdom. Because it perfectly aligns with biblical prophecy. And if you can't see if you can't see that we're at the end, then you're pretty much, you're delusional, you're lost. Well, the scriptures speak about that. The Most High shall send them strong delusion that they shall believe a lie. You got a lot of people that, are in, despite the things that are happening on the earth, whether it be the war in the so-called Middle East, all right, whether it be, things heating up over there, whether it be the prices of things that seem to be going up, all right, through the devaluing of the currency, all right, which eventually is going to lead to hyperinflation, whether it be that or whether it be, people dropping dead from the VAX, which was just a trial run for, the mark of the beast, which is the chip. All these things are happening, and you got people, that walking around in a delusional mind state. And that is just, that's why we got to thank Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai that he's actually allowed us to be able to measure the time and filter what's happening in these last days through biblical prophecy indeed. Because without the Spirit, without us being guided through the Spirit, faith being mixed with this word, we would not be stable. The scripture says in Isaiah 33:6. All right, I'm going to get it real quick. This is Isaiah chapter 33. All right, verse 6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. All right. Like the scripture said, measure thy time diligently in itself. So wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of those times. Imagine that. So the Lord has given us the ability to decode, all right, or through our teachings from our elders and our apostles, to be able to decode the signs of the times in these last days, to be able to know exactly what's going on. All right, and that wisdom and knowledge is going to keep us stable. All right, and it's going to be what? The strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So, we fear Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because ultimately we know that the Lord is going to make good on his word, whether they will hear, whether they will forbear, whether people believe or whether they don't. The scripture says, for what is, let me get that scripture, Romans chapter 3. All right, this is Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect? See, this is about faith, man. Faith mixed with the word. And if some don't believe, shall the unbelief of these people make the faith of the Most High without effect? Okay, it says, God forbid, let Yahweh be true, but every man a liar. So, these words, that just like the scripture says in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, the vision is for an appointed time. All right. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So the vision is what? These prophecies. All right. And, we're in a time where they're speaking. All right. And though it may seem, it's not even like seeming like it's tarrying, because there was a point in time where you could say, it seems like it's tarrying, but even though it may seem that way, it was not the case, because if the Spirit was really dealing with you, and you really believed in these biblical prophecies, and you had the faith mixed with the word, then you'd understand that even the smallest things, that we could tick off the prophetic list are popping off and have been popping off for years. All right, whether it's job layoffs or whether it's wars, uproars, wars and rumors of wars. Okay. Whether it's our food that's being defiled, whether it's advancements to the 4th industrial revolution, the Internet of Things, and just seeing how Elon Musk is coming out there open, mainstream media platforms talking about the brain chip implants. All these things are happening, right? Because we're at the end, and the Lord said at the end it shall speak and not lie. All right. So let's go back to 2nd Ezra 9:1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou see. We gotta watch out for the signs, man. Which the Lord told us was gonna happen in these last days. Then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right, and Yahweh is going to send his son Yahweh Shai, to visit this place. And Yahweh Shai, he ain't going to be smiling. He's going to be angry. All right, the scripture says the slain of the Lord shall be many. And that's something that we're waiting for, because we can't stand, waking up another day in this man's kingdom, even though we have to, for now, until the Lord comes back to save us, man. But great strides towards, the famine of the hearing of word are being made. Like you see that bill that they're passing over there in Canada with was it President Trudeau over there in Canada, and pretty much they're outlawing being able to read the Bible aloud. All right, so that's a build up to the famine of the hearing of the word. All right, and that's just a trial run, a model of things to come, and you can see that trickling down into these major cities all over the world, where the word is being preached. All right, and I mentioned in my other video, we got brothers up there in Canada that are teaching the word. All right, so things are gonna happen. Esau's gonna make moves, to try and get us off them streets, man. And when that starts happening, that's when the scriptures speak about some of us shall be, cast into prison. What's that? Revelation 2:10. All right, so so we got to think about things like that. All right, we got to think about this wisdom, this truth, this knowledge, which is going to keep us stable even in that time, even if we got to, be straight up laid out under a guillotine, and Esau pulls that lever and then off with our head, even if we got to die for this truth. The scriptures speak about them that love not their lives even unto the death. All right, the scripture says, he that seeketh to save his life shall lose it. See, this ain't no joke, man. This ain't no joke. It's gonna come down to the wire, to the point where things are gonna get real sticky. We're gonna be put in some real sticky situations, but that's okay, because we have the wisdom, the knowledge that's gonna keep us stable. The Lord is gonna put a spirit on us, to be able to endure whatever comes our way. And that's our faith, and that's what we believe. All right, so, and the Lord is really strengthening our minds. So when we see stuff like this, pop up on social media, a state of emergencies being declared in these different cities and different countries, it's just another thing to tick off the checklist, or the prophetic checklist, if I can say it like that. All right, Haiti declares state of emergency after thousands of inmates escape prison. All right, so this is the new thing that's popping up live in the news, and this is meanwhile you still got this stuff going on with the so-called Middle East, with the genocide of the Palestinians. All right, you still got them Arab nations, that wanna shed Esau's blood, man. In response to that, so there's a lot going on. All right, and the division of Esau's kingdom. You see, you got Texas on fire. The state of Texas is on fire. But the Lord said, I am come to set fire upon the earth. All right, let's get that scripture already kindled. If I just type in kindled, it actually should go straight to the scripture. Luke chapter 12 verse 49. And it says, I am come to send fire on earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? All right, and guess what, man? The flames, all right, the flames are rising. All right, the fire is burning. Yahushua is coming to bring more fire. All right, and this is what I'm saying. See, the Lord, he was set up to cause division. But biblical prophecy states, I came to bring peace on the earth. I tell you nay, but rather division. Don't the scriptures say that? So the Lord is causing division. All right, and the signs of division on the earth is happening, especially in Babylon the Great. All right, because that's in the Lord's crosshairs, man. Babylon the Great, that's the main point of assault that Yahushua is coming back to destroy. Esau's kingdom is going to go down hard. The scriptures speak about who is just coming from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah. All right, Bozrah was the ancient capital city of Edom. All right, so spiritually today it would represent America, and they put that in the Zondervan's Bible dictionary. The definition of Edom. They even quote, Isaiah the 63rd chapter, and they speak about the demise of Bozrah. Okay, the demise of the Edomites, basically. All right, not promise any mercy from the Lord, and why should they have any mercy? All right, and the scriptures tell us in James 2 and 13. All right, let's get that one real quick. It says, for he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy. All right, so, Esau ain't showed no mercy, so he ain't going to get showed any mercy. The Lord is coming to judge Esau, and these other nations, the wicked of our people. Anyone that's not in the truth, that's not of the elect over there in Babylon the Great, is going to taste of them missiles, man. All right, and it's going to be seen. It's going to be witnessed. All right, if the thermonuclear destruction that's going to rain down upon Babylon the Great is going to be so catastrophic that the earth is going to reel to and fro like a drunkard. The earth is going to shake. And mercy rejoiceth against judgment. All right. So, let's go back to 2 Ezra 9. Verse 3, it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. So, we're seeing uproars of the people in the world. All right, I'm gonna play a bit of this, but I'm gonna turn off the sound because I don't want to get a strike or anything. Alright, but like you can see here, it says on the screen, a state of emergency has been declared in Haiti after armed gangs attacked the country's largest prison. It's funny because I was talking about this to a couple of brothers over here in the UK, and one of the brothers put the scene from Bane. You know, the scene where with, you know, in Batman, when Bane, you know, pretty much released all the prisoners, and he said, Gotham is yours, you know, none shall interfere, and he released all the prisoners, and they all started, you know, pretty much just they broke out of the prison, they started causing chaos. And, you know, ultimately, you know, Esau, you know, we can see these things happening in Babylon the Great, you know, where these prisoners get released and so on and so forth, because ultimately Esau wants that chaos, man. All right, so that he can establish order, and we can't forget that. All right, we can't be ignorant of Satan's devices. All right, now the scripture says that in 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. It says about 3,700 inmates at the point of Port au Prince prison escaped a second jail in a nearby Creole de Bouquet. Alright, was also stormed. Alright, so that's just under 4,000 inmates. Alright, have been that have escaped from prison, and they're causing havoc. You can imagine a lot of them probably, you know, a lot of them are probably in there for different reasons. Various different reasons. You know, probably ain't you know, been without a woman for a long period of time and that and whatever. So what do you think's gonna happen to the women? See, that's what we say about you women. You're gonna really understand. You want to talk about, you know, you a strong and independent woman, but when you see these prisoners run loose on the streets, you know, complete anarchy, and you can't call the emergency services, then what are you gonna do? So you got to consider these things. We got to think about these things. You see, we want to be protected, man. And I was thinking about that today, how, you know, when all hell breaks loose, you know, the Lord is gonna protect his elect. You know, because shit is about to get real out here. Like, it's about to get turned up. All right, but the Lord is gonna have his elect. Let me get Psalms 34:7. It says, the angel of the Lord, Yahweh, encampeth about them that fear him and delivereth them. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. The angels encampeth around us, man. All right, and especially in that time when we're going to need it the most, the Lord is going to send his angels to protect us, to guide us the right way, you know. And that's our faith, man. And when we see these things, and even the things, small things that we go through now, which may not seem small at the time, sometimes you might go through small scenarios or bigger, you know, big scenarios, and but the Lord delivers you out of them. That's just the Lord strengthening our faith, you know, putting it, you know, turning up the heat. You know, like the scripture says, like gold is tried in the furnace, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So that's acceptable, man. Like, hey, Yahweh Shai, didn't the Lord say about Yahweh Shai, it pleased the Most High to bruise his son? You know, so that's, you know, that's acceptable in the sight of the Lord. In fact, the scripture says, precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. So ultimately, if it's our lot to die in this truth, then that's pleasing in the sight of the Lord, and that's what's going to happen. All right, and even that, you know, there's balance in that, because yeah, we die in the truth, but guess what? If you die in the truth, you die in Yahweh Shai. The dead in Yahweh Shai is going to rise first. See, that's balance. Because there's going to be some members of the elect that ain't going to die in the truth. You know, they're just going to get delivered when Yahweh Shai comes back. But if you die in the truth, you're going to be among the first risen with Yahweh Shai when he comes back. So that's balance, man. I didn't even think about it like that, but that's balance. All right, because the scripture says a false balance is an abomination to the Lord. You know, so this is Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. So this is about going through a lot of trials and tribulation, and the ultimate trial is going to be the MOTB, you know, the mark of the beast, man. You know, which Esau's about to push out there, you know, the arrow of temptation. grab some of us up, put us into these detention centers, straight up, take our heads off our shoulders, whatever. Scriptures speak about those that would be headed for the witness, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai, basically. So that time is coming, Akim, So what we've been saying, is coming to pass. So this is this state of emergency that you see happening over there in Haiti, where you got these lawless individuals like this guy Barbecue, these Haiti gangs setting free 4,000 inmates. Wait for that to come to a city near you, alright? And the Lord is like the saying goes, saving the best for last. See, like the saying goes, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And Babylon the Great, man, everyone looks to America like it's just, at one time they were looking to it like a beacon of hope or beacon of light. But guess what, man? All the big high-rise buildings, the lights, the superstars and that, going to America to make it, but finding out that it's a pile of shit. And we're in a time where, where it's being exposed and brought down. All right, and it's in a state of division at the moment with the 50 states, and the Republicans, the Democrats. So things, and there's talk of a civil war. You got all the immigrant crisis that's happening over there in America. Which that's Isaiah the 19th chapter. The Lord said He will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. All right, let's close out on that scripture. I ain't gonna make this long at all. All right, this is Isaiah 19:2. All right, in fact, let me start from 1. It says the burden of Egypt. And why does it say Egypt? The modern day Egypt or Pharaoh is Esau. All right, the modern day Egypt is America. The modern day Pharaoh is Esau, the so-called white man. All right, these Edomites, the wicked that the Bible speaks of. That's why the scriptures say the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. All right, but you're gonna have some of our people that are gonna trust in the shadow of Egypt, just like the scriptures say. They're not gonna lean upon the Lord. They're gonna trust in Esau. It says, "Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud." All right, the gigantic so-called UFO. This is what Isaiah is describing. "And shall come into Egypt." All right, "and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually called Sodom in Egypt." Revelation 11:8. That's how we know that America is a modern day Egypt. That's why they have the pyramid on the back of the dollar bill. All right, it says, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at His presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. So Yahweh Shai is coming to flatline all these buildings, all these stupid religious monuments, or pagan monuments. All right, the Lord is going to destroy them all. All right, these mosques, temples and that, churches. "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." So that is division. All right, I tell you, rather division. Okay, so the Lord is setting the Egyptian against the Egyptian. All right, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, everyone against his neighbor, city against city. So that's civil war right there. So that's what we're reading about. All right, so get ready to see a state of emergency come to America, Babylon the Great, and all these major cities all over the world, because it's going to go down. All right, it's going down, man. The vision is yet for an appointed time. And the Lord said that His word was not going to return unto Him void, but it was going to establish that which He pleases, and it was going to prosper in the thing whereto He sends it. In fact, we can close out on that scripture. So Isaiah 55:11. "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth." And how is this word going forth out of the Lord's mouth? Through His prophets, through His mouthpiece. Okay, all right. The scriptures speak about, "I have hewed them by my prophets, I have slain them by the words of my mouth." So the words of the Lord is being pushed out through His prophets. Okay. It says, "It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." And one of the prophecies was for uproars of the people in the world. And this is uproars of the people. Okay, they want this guy Ariel to step down. Okay, because they're talking about, government corruption and so on and so forth. So this is just what I thought about. One of the main scriptures. Really, I thought about one scripture, and that was the scripture I thought of, 2nd Ezra 9:3, which came to mind immediately, but which led me to go into different things. But nonetheless, this is biblical prophecy. All right, so when we see something, we got to say it, man. All right, so the Lord said, "It shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper." So His word is prospering in these last days. It's not going to return unto Him void. So it's clear to see that that's another sign of the times. All right, so with that, I pray you were edified. Barakatah Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem B'Kak for showing us these signs, for setting up the elders and our apostles, beloved elders and apostles, to teach us this truth, especially in these last days. That it may keep us, this wisdom and knowledge may keep us stable in these last days, because we're gonna need it. All right, keep the faith. Like the scripture says, fight the good fight of faith. Till the next time, shalom.